Hello, everybody. GZTV back with another video, and in today's video we are going to be talking about Better Call Saul. The 5th episode of Season 2. We are talking about Rebecca. Pretty decent episode here, a lot of development. We're going to go through the plot, and we're going to go through the critical reception, and then that will be that video, and I will probably get out a weekly track rundown video here in a little bit. It'll probably be like 15 minutes. I don't know, I feel like I say that, and then it's like really lengthy of a video, so I don't know, we'll try to cut it short, because an hour from now I have to leave to go to club basketball, so I have to get 2 videos out that are going to take, give or take, 25-30 minutes or so, and then I gotta get a little workout in, a little get some push-ups in, get some stuff like that. But let's get into the opening and then the main story, of course. So in a flashback to 1992, did they show what year it was? Okay. Chuck is shown to not yet have experienced the symptoms of electromagnetic hypersensitivity as he easily changes a light bulb in his dining room chandelier. So this is the calm before the storm, like showing his life before electromagnetic hypersensitivity. Now, we kind of got glimpses of Chuck before this. Him, like, helping his brother get out of jail. I mean, that's pretty important to the story, but we didn't really get any personal life things. Like, he had a wife at the time, and he doesn't anymore. Who knows what happened to her? We don't find out in this episode what happened. Jimmy visits Chuck's house shortly after moving to Albuquerque, where he meets Chuck's wife, Rebecca. So, he just moved to Albuquerque from Cicero, Illinois, like up in the Chicago area. So he moves down to Albuquerque with his brother, or not with his brother, to be with his brother pretty much. And yeah, he meets his wife, and it's a nice little dinner, lawyer jokes. During dinner, Rebecca is charmed by Jimmy's personality and charisma, which makes Chuck obviously uncomfortable, and it almost makes the Better Call Saul fans theorize, is this why Chuck started getting anxious about lighting? I mean, I know lighting has nothing to do with his brother impressing his wife or anything, but, he felt uncomfortable. He felt insecure in this situation, so any anxiety sprouted from that, and I'm sure throughout this series they're going to give us more insight on how this electromagnetic hypersensitivity came about, but as of right now, that's all we have. Jimmy charming his wife. Now to the main story. Jimmy meets Kim in the HHM document review room, where she is relegated to entry-level work, and proposes that she sue HHM for discrimination and creating a hostile work environment. So, Jimmy doesn't think Kim's getting enough opportunities here with HHM. They're just kind of throwing her away, making her do slave work, pretty much making her do internship work. Maybe because she's a woman, maybe because they don't think she's qualified, yada, yada, yada. She spends every single night, late at night, down in the document review room, looking over stuff, making sure there's nothing wrong with it, making sure all the dates are right. She does a lot of, her job is pretty important, but not from the corporate standpoint. She doesn't really get a lot of money from this job. It's not high paying. She doesn't get a lot of respect amongst her coworkers. She's definitely on the lower down on this job. So yeah, Jimmy thinks she deserves it more because she's done so much for the firm. Kim rejects this idea, suggesting it would be career suicide because no one would ever hire her again, and she's kind of just repping this off as a Jimmy McGill stunt that he's been trying to do in the past. Just sue your own firm. I mean, that's probably not a good idea because other firms are going to look at her suing HHM and be like, yeah, we don't want her doing that to us. We're probably not going to put her in the workplace here. She tells Jimmy to worry about his own job while she worries about hers. She dug herself in this hole. She needs to get out of it. Jimmy didn't really do anything wrong. He did stuff wrong, but it's on her because she gave him the chance, and it was her mistake, obviously, looking back on some things. Throughout his day, Jimmy is accompanied by junior associate Aaron, who claims to want to help Jimmy fit in better at D&M, though Jimmy realizes Cliff directed her to babysit him in the wake of the controversies over his TV ad. So he's starting to kind of pick on that. Yeah, Cliff sent Aaron over because she's been working at the firm for 2 years. This is my first year working here. He sends her over to make sure I'm writing documents right. I'm not forging anything. I'm not bribing anyone. Not committing any more lawful crimes that are going against the New Mexico bar. He's done plenty of that already, and he's barely been a professional lawyer for a firm. So they're making sure he, that sort of thing. So Kim decides that bringing a major new client to HHM is her best course of action for escaping document review, so she spends her free time calling law school, law firm, and business contacts. She's like really throwing herself out there to get some clients for HHM and impress the top dogs. Kim capitalizes on one of these relationships to land Mesa Verde Bank as a client, meaning the potential of millions of dollars in revenue for HHM. Like when you get a bank to sign or to endorse and stuff like that for HHM, that means a lot of financial opportunities, a lot of airway, just a lot of free roam in the banking business, banking industry, if you will. Howard is happy to have a new client, but gives Kim no credit. Of course he doesn't. He's probably going to take it for his own and tell Chuck he did it, and keeps her working in document review. It's just gender politics. They don't want a woman working at a top dog spot. You see Erin, she's pretty much a slave. She pretty much goes around and monitors everyone and takes phone calls. She's not important for DNM. The gender roles are very prominent in these two firms. There's not really a big female lawyer. There's like one female associate for DNM, and she doesn't even have a say in a lot of things. Chuck promises to work on Kim's transfer out of document review and tells her a story about when Jimmy and Chuck's late father ran a store in Cicero, Illinois. So we get some kind of background of the childhood of the McGills. This is definitely a really interesting moment. It's kind of a fucked up moment once we find out what Jimmy did. And it makes sense, though. It's definitely not surprising. It's definitely very characteristic of Jimmy to do such a thing. So according to Chuck, Jimmy embezzled money, which eventually led to the store's failure. So pretty much while the store was running, Jimmy was going through their funds and taking money out, and he said it ended up being like $14,000 he took from his dad's company, and given that he's a small business owner, that is a shit ton of money, so he failed, and Jimmy just walked away with money, which probably didn't really do much for him anyways, so Jimmy knows a little bit about that embezzlement. Maybe that adds something to the what was the family's name, the embezzling family storyline. Maybe it adds to that a little bit. As a result, Chuck is always skeptical of Jimmy's schemes and plans. Now, like, this is the event where Chuck was like, yeah, I don't know about my brother, man. But anyways, Mike is approached by Hector Salamanca. We're going to Mike's side of the story. Let me plug my phone in real quick so I have it for the track reviews video. Okay. Let's get it. So yeah, that was the main reason. So Mike is approached by Hector Salamanca, making his debut in the Better Call Saul series. Obviously, he has no dialogue except for a few flashbacks in Breaking Bad, and here he is as a whole character. It's going to be fucking awesome. Mike is getting into it with the Salamancas. It's going to go down. The leader of the Salamanca drug cartel and Tuco's uncle. So at one point he was leader of the cartel. Hector has no issue with Tuco spending time in prison as a learning experience, but objects to the length of the sentence he will receive for assault with a deadly weapon. So he's pretty much trying to bribe Mike to take some blame for things he didn't do and bring the sentence down. Now, why would Mike do that? I guess Hector probably realizes that this was a setup. He kind of knows that by now about some people, especially if it's against his son or his nephew, a very high reputation, big ego. He offers Mike $5,000 to tell police the gun at the scene of the fight between Tuco and Mike was Mike's, which will result in a reduction to Tuco's sentence. And it might put charges on Mike, so I don't know. That's where we're left off at. Will Mike take this deal? Maybe, maybe not. I don't even know. Probably not. I don't know. So this is a good episode, 93%, 8.42 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes. The effectively subtle and refined Rebecca sheds light on the McGill brothers' relationship while focusing on the ways Kim is affected by the fallout from Jimmy's mistakes. 9 out of 10 on IGN. Better Call Saul took the focus off Jimmy for a great Kim and Chuck episode. Yeah, it was awesome. Like, I think in the future, with this episode, Kim is going to get a lot more storylines. I think it's going to be interesting. Kelly Dixon was nominated for the picture editing for this series, was nominated for an Emmy. That's all I really have to say. I kind of wanted to make that a quick video so I can get another video out. Then I can work out. Then I can go to club. Then come back, shower, watch an episode of The Walking Dead, and go to bed, guys. I gotta be up at 7:20 in the morning tomorrow, so yeah. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Jesus TV, giving you guys the best TV reviews out there.